Good morning, everybody. Glad to have you with us here today. And my name is Chip Walters. On behalf of Middle Tennessee State University, we welcome you to this momentous occasion. It's an absolute thrill to look out and see so many people here today. And to quote my friend Andy Womack, as he looked around, he goes, "Man, this is a big deal." And it really is. And we're so happy that you're here. The ribbon cutting will be taking place right after this ceremony of the Stephen and Denise Smith Student Athlete Performance Center. Today, we celebrate more than just a building. We celebrate a vision, a commitment, and a community. This facility stands as a testament to what's possible when alumni, donors, university leaders, and passionate supporters come together for a shared purpose: to elevate the experience of every Blue Raiders student athlete. To the Smith family, whose name now graces this center, thank you for your unwavering belief in MTSU. To our coaches, staff, and student athletes, this is your space to grow. It's your space to compete and to thrive. And to every contributor, and there are a lot of you here today, large and small, you all help this dream come to life. Your generosity will echo through every touchdown, every championship, and every diploma earned. So let's celebrate this new chapter in Blue Raider excellence. So welcome, and thank you all for being part of it today. Lots of people we have had their hands in this building to make it happen, and so as we get this event started, just a couple of special recognitions: the great support of our President and First Lady, Dr. Sidney and Elizabeth McPhee, our MTSU Board of Trustees. Without their vision, this would not have happened. Our elected officials, both on the local and state level. Folks who had the hard hats on: the parent company, Bard Civil Associates, CTI, Conference Technologies Incorporated, Godwin Mills Kaywood Design Firm, Henderson Engineers, Hodgson Douglas Landscape Architects, HOK Architects, Nashville Office Interiors, Nashville Roof Consultants, SDC Structural Engineering, Daktronics, the MTSU Division of Information and Technology, and all of the involved divisions with MTSU and Facility Services. Thank all of them, and they all deserve a round of applause. To begin this program, it's an honor to introduce a visionary leader whose impact on Middle Tennessee State University spans more than 2 decades, President Sidney A. McPhee. Since taking the helm in 2001, Dr. McPhee has guided MTSU through a remarkable era of transformation, elevating it to one of the most dynamic institutions in the region. Under his leadership, the university invested over $1.5 billion in academic and athletic facilities, expanded degree programs, and became a top destination for first-generation and transfer students across the state. Today's ribbon cutting of the Student Athlete Performance Center is just another milestone in his enduring commitment to excellence, not just in athletics, but in the holistic development of every student athlete. Please join me in welcoming the 10th President of Middle Tennessee State University, Dr. Sidney A. McPhee.
Thank you, Chip. Good morning. Good morning. It is indeed a pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, to welcome each of you to this grand opening and ribbon cutting of the new, brand spanking new Steve and Denise Smith Student Athlete Performance Center. Now, whether you are here as a proud alumnus of this great institution, a member of our Blue Raider Athletic Association and season ticket holder, or one of our more than 300 student athletes, or just a casual fan, I think we all can agree it is a great day to be a Blue Raider. Ladies and gentlemen, this facility is a testament to the wide-ranging success of our men's and women's athletic teams and to the remarkable community support we enjoy here at MTSU. This facility is also a fitting tribute to the many contributions of Steve and Denise Smith to the betterment of our university and the continued growth of our athletic program. A member of our Blue Raider Hall of Fame, Steve's leadership as chair of our Board of Trustees helped take what many thought as little as more than a dream to the reality of one of the region's finest athletic facilities. Last night, at the gathering of family and friends, we honored their decades of service and commitment by placing their names on this incredible facility. Please join me in thanking Steve and Denise for all that they do for their alma mater. Now, before I begin my remarks, allow me to make a few introductions. It's important that we recognize some very important individuals that are responsible for making this day possible. Joining us today for our dedication ribbon cutting, we have a few special guests I would like to recognize for their contribution to this project. I would ask that you please hold your applause until each group has been recognized. And as you can imagine, a project of this magnitude doesn't just occur. It takes the commitment and effort of many people to make it happen. So support from our Board of Trustees, both as institutional leaders and donors to the project, has been instrumental in the success of this project. And joining us today, in addition to our chair, Steve Smith, we have with us, and if you're here, please stand, Vice Chair Christine Kaboyak, Vanek, Trustee J.B. Baker, please remain standing, Trustee Tom Boyd, Trustee Pete DeLay, Trustee Bill Jones, Trustee Michael Wade, Trustee Pam Wright, new faculty trustee Carrie Neely, and student trustee Makai Mosby. Let's give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for their leadership. Thank you so much. In addition, we have a number of our local and state government officials here that have already been recognized, but let me thank you again for your support of our university. So would you stand, if you're one of our local, our senators, our state representatives, you have been instrumental in making this university a great entity. Thank you so much. And while there may be a few more formal introductions later in today's program, let me offer a special thanks and recognition to the volunteer leadership of our Blue Raider Campaign Committee, co-chaired by Andy Womack and Drew Shea. Without your support, and please stand, Andy, I see you ready to get up, and you deserve that, we would not be here today. So let's give them a round of applause for their great leadership. And finally, and perhaps most importantly, I want to thank all of our donors who join us in developing this state-of-the-art facility. With over 250 unique donors to this project, our contributions and your contributions were integral to our success. But while time doesn't permit me to introduce each of you, I do want to acknowledge our leadership donors. Their significant early investment laid an important foundation for our fundraising activities. So if you are present, please stand as I call your name. John and Gina Floyd, and please remain standing. Former Blue Raider basketball player and fan favorite, Chase Miller. You all remember Chase? The family of Tommy and Judy Smith. Of course, Steve and Denise Smith. And yes, Mr. Chairman, you need to stand again. And Don and Hannah Witherspoon. In addition, we have received leadership gift from two very special Blue Raiders supporters who are no longer with us. And I'd like to recognize them now. Dr. Liz Ray and former trustee Joey Jacobs. And we also are pleased to have Joey's wife and Debbie with us today and their son Scott. Would you all stand and let us thank them for the great job that they have done. Thank you so much. Thank you. And as you will see when you tour this incredible facility, we have a very unique named spaces in the building, and I want to recognize our donors for these remarkable contributions. Former Blue Raider, All-American, and NFL All-Pro Kevin Byard. Yes. And when you see that workout, it's going to blow your mind. Mike Hollingshead and the folks from Smyrna Ready Mix. I know we have representatives here. Yes. There we go. Let's give them another round of applause. Thank you so much. Victoria Butler and Uncle Nearest Distillery. Some of you know about Uncle Nearest. And the physicians and staff of Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance. They're here too. Let's give them a round, please. And I would be remiss if I didn't recognize Joe Bales and the staff from our University Advancement Office, along with Lee DeLeon and our BRA staff, whose work over the past several years helped obtain the financial support required to build this remarkable complex. Please join me in thanking our leadership donors and our staff. As many of you know, this new center was truly years in the making. It started out, ladies and gentlemen, as an aspirational dream, something our coaches and our players all wanted. But with the transition to a new conference and the challenges increased, the man that moved, the opportunity wasn't immediately available. However, more than a decade ago, Athletic Director Chris Massaro and his department began to lay the early foundation for this building to become a reality. And combining some of the conceptual planning and aggressive donor and fan effort, and I say aggressive, they developed an awareness of the importance and the need for a facility to serve all, and I want to underline, all of our student athletes. And after many months behind the scenes of work, they were confident that this was a project that the community would embrace and were willing to do whatever it took to make it a reality. With a strong belief that the time had come, we developed a compelling vision for a new facility dedicated to the needs of all of our student athletes in our men's and women's program. So from day one, our coaches and staff were adamant. They were adamant that to truly be a player on the national stage, we need to develop an advanced facility capable of meeting the diverse health and performance needs of our teams. One that would not only be the best in the conference, not just best in the conference, but best in the nation, and that would rival any program in the region or the nation. And as it was intended to be the new home of the Blue Raider football, we wanted to create an environment that would support the development of our players on the field and in the classroom. So what you will see as you tour this facility is the state-of-the-art environment, complete with the tools of our players need to be successful. And as we began to raise the needed funds for the project, we quickly learned, ladies and gentlemen, that things weren't always easy or move as rapidly as we would have liked. But we remained committed to our goals. And with the formal launch of our True Blue campaign, Build Blue, in November of 2021, new staffing and resources helped attract the donors to this project and enable us to complete what I would consider a transformational project. So today, your administration and the athletics department staff are proud to officially dedicate one of the finest athletic facility, and again, as I said, not just in Conference USA, but in all Division I athletics. Never has that commitment been true than it is today as we celebrate the completion of this long-awaited project. So, with today's dedication, this exciting new facility will join a series of new construction. This is just the beginning, ladies and gentlemen, of facility enhancement, all designed to meet the needs of our student-athlete, coaches, and fans. These investments will stand as a visible reminder of our commitment to athletic success. So today we publicly reaffirming our commitment to leading Conference USA and the Group of Six Conference in athletic excellence. And to do so, however, we need your continued support through our BRA and Bill Blue campaign. Our donors and fans have been incredibly generous with their time and resources, enabling us to open this amazing facility for our athletes. But in today's highly competitive athletic landscape requires not only great facility, coaches, and players, it also requires investment from our friends and alumni to sustain that level of excellence. So far we have raised $22.7 million toward private fundraising of a goal of $25 million for the Bill Blue campaign. So my call today, for those of you who have not yet joined this effort, I offer my personal invitation to help us build and maintain one of the finest athletic departments in the country. A bold vision for certain, but one that deserves, that the program and our student athletes deserve. So today we celebrate an important milestone in our Blue Raider history, but it's not the end. It is just the beginning of a new chapter in the success of our Blue Raiders. Thank you so much for your presence today. Go Blue, true blue. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. McPhee. It's now a privilege to introduce a man and a family whose legacy at Middle Tennessee is woven into the fabric of this campus. Steve Smith, a former Blue Raider left-handed pitcher, overcame a life-threatening accident in 1976 to lead Middle to a conference championship, earning his place in the Blue Raider Athletic Hall of Fame and inspiring generations of student athletes. Beyond the field, he's been a tireless advocate for the university, serving as chairman of the MTSU Board of Trustees, leading fundraising efforts and championing the Bill Blue campaign that made this great facility possible. His commitment to excellence, both in athletics and academics, reflects a lifetime of service, leadership, and heart. Today, we celebrate not just a building, but the enduring impact of a man and a family who's given so much to MTSU. So please join me in welcoming Stephen B. Smith.
The first thought that comes through my mind is last night and today are the first sellouts we've had in a long time. We got standing room only. And Coach, if you do what you're being paid to do, we'll have more sellouts. That's right. But I tell all the coaches, that's our expectation. We don't care anything about 50-50. That's our expectation. Denise and I are humbled to have this great honor. Denise is ill and can't be here today, but we're humbled by this opportunity in this show. So dreams do come true, and this is or was a dream. just a few months ago. I've told the story 50 times, but make it 51. Chris came to me and said, we want to build this building, football building. I said, well, what's that cost a fella? He said, 60 million. I said, well, why not go ahead and put a dome over the top? I said, we got just as good a chance of raising 300 million as we do 50 million. But the point is, it is a giant puzzle. That's what John says on his developments. There's lots of little things that go together. A fun fact, thanks to JB and Andy and Joe, the largest contributor to Bill Blue soon will be the interest on our money. Because they went to the foundation and said, we deserve some of that interest. And it's well over $1 million now. And that was just financial engineering, balance sheet engineering. So we appreciate that. So I thank you for being here, and I thank you for your support. And, sounds like they're coming after you, Andy. We appreciate the honor. Looking forward to you churning through our new building and being here on the opening day and watch Derek do his magic. So thank you for being here. I do want to point out, while I got the podium, we swapped the front door of MTSU. Whether we meant to or not, we have. But we got $119 million assigned to us from the state for Murphy Center. That's not, we don't have to, I mean, we need to raise more, obviously. Lee's got to keep his job. But to make a long story short, that's not 5 years from now or 6 years from now. That's next year. So we've got $100 million on Murphy Center. We have a $50 million hotel going on the opposite corner. And you put this 60 million with stadium renovations, 70 or 80 million, you're talking about over $250 million that's going to be right here on this corner that just not long ago was wet weather drainage. So we'll have a football practice field under roof over here too, Coach. There'll probably be a 90 by 90 diamond in there somewhere. Anyway, thank you for being here, and thanks for the great honor. And consider this an investment. Give to your church or Boy Scouts. If you give here, you're investing in lives. One last thought, John, something I'm really proud of. We graduate all our students. I'll say that again. We graduate all our students. Dr. McPhee asked me years ago, would I chair the committee to hire a new athletic director? And he and I, hand in hand, met with several, and Denise for that matter. And the first thing we said, or I said, and he agreed, he didn't expect it to come from me. I can put up with losing 10 games in football. I can put up with that. But I can't put up with being the least academic, being the worst academic program in the country. You can do something about that. Maybe you can't call a touchdown, but you can do something about that. And we did. And today, and that's NCAA rating. It's not something like we got the tallest or the best. We're tied for 4th in the United States with Vanderbilt, and we're the highest public school graduation rate of any athletic program in the country. So the idea is to turn out somebody that can make it a living. Thank you for this honor. I've really enjoyed my service here and hope I've got a few more years, and thank you very much.
I don't know if any of you've noticed, but it's a little warm today. And we had someone we have some folks here who are tending to someone who's had a bit of an issue. If you feel you have an issue, the Hall of Fame building, the Kennan Hall of Fame building, is air conditioned and it is open, and we're live streaming this in that building. So, but we will continue on with our program. It's my pleasure now to introduce a leader whose vision and dedication has transformed Middle Tennessee State University athletics. Director of Athletics, Chris Massaro. Since stepping into the role in 2005, he's guided MTSU to unprecedented success with 87 conference championships, 3 individual national titles, and as Chairman Smith said, a graduation success rate that recently hit a school record of 95%. His leadership launched the Bill Blue campaign, a $100 million initiative that's reshaping the future of Blue Raider athletics. And today's ribbon cutting of the Smith Student Athlete Performance Center is its crown jewel to date. From updated facilities to national committee appointments, most recently including the prestigious the College Football Playoff Selection Committee, Chris Massaro continues to elevate MTSU on every front. So please join me in welcoming a driving force behind this transformational moment today, Director of Athletics, Chris Massaro.
Thanks, Chip, for those kind words, and good morning, Blue Raider family. What a great morning. We did decide to pick the hottest day of the year to do this, so great planning. We've mentioned it, but today is really a defining moment for MTSU and the future for our student athletes. We gather here today to officially open the Stephen and Denise Smith Student Athletic Performance Center, a place that represents far more than steel and glass. It is a symbol of belief. It's a symbol of progress, of what can happen when a community dares to invest in a bold vision. The author Edith Wharton once wrote, "There are 2 ways of spreading light, to be the candle or to be the mirror that reflects it." What you see around us today, the stunning 80,000 square foot building, is made possible by both. Our donors, partners, and supporters all lit that candle. Our student athletes now will reflect that light through every rep, through every meeting, through every rehab session, and every moment of growth that happens inside those walls. This journey started as a conversation, started as a dream, shared in locker rooms, staff meetings, and at BRAA events. We asked ourselves, what would it take to give our student athletes the very best? Not just for game day, but for each and every day. Strength, recovery, nutrition, wellness, all under one roof, a home, a future, a commitment. Today that vision is real. To Steve and Denise, your name on this building will forever stand as a testimony to your unwavering support of Blue Raider athletics. Your leadership gift and your fundraising and financing efforts did not just fund a building, it helped launch a movement, and we thank you. To the more than 450 donors who contributed to the Bill Blue campaign, including tennis, this building, the Murphy Center, you were the heartbeat of this project. Andy Womack and Drew Shea, who chaired our Bill Blue campaign and launched our success of raising over $22 million. We started off with a goal of $15 million. Then we moved it to $20 million, and now it's at $25 million. Your generosity echoes through every square foot of this facility. Every athlete who walks through these doors will feel the impact of your belief in them, and we thank you for that. To our Board of Trustees, thank you for your personal and professional commitment to this project. To Dr. McPhee and our university leadership, this facility would not happen without your unwavering support of Blue Raider athletics. I also want to point out our finance guru, recently retired, Alan Thomas. Thank you, Alan, for all the magic that you've done as well. To our architects, GMC Eric Scowden and Chelsea Probst, HOK Jack Denst, our construction partner, the parent company, Bob Surratt, Meredith Boozer, Tony Staggs, Johnny Huckabee, and many others, and our colleagues at Campus Planning, Bill Waits, Vicki Eastman, Lane Merriman. You guys brought this project to life with excellence, with care and determination. You understood that we just weren't building a facility, we were building a future. To an incredible athletic department staff, this has been a project that's involved key players over the last 10 years. Some names, and I know I'll miss a few, but Whit Turnbow, Courtney Gaucher, David Blackburn, Lee DeLeon, Larry Maples, who flew in today from Nebraska. Thank you, Larry, for being here. Hans Mailbranch, Rick Stockstill, Diane Turnham, Nathan Wallach, Keith Bunch, Matt Hickman, Eric Bartlett, Jack Albertson, Jamie Blatnick, Derek Mason, Caitlin Manning, Dana Marquez, and many others have had a profound impact on this project. And to our student athletes, many of them are here today, this is for you. This center is not only about helping you perform at the highest level, it's about helping you become the best version of yourself. We believe in your potential, and we've built a space that matches your ambition. This isn't the end of a project, this is the beginning of a new era, a Blue Raider era defined by world-class preparation, a championship mindset, and lifelong success. So as we cut this ribbon today, let us all cut away doubt, limitation, and old boundaries. Let this be the day we remember as the moment MTSU athletics truly stepped into the next level. Thank you all, and always, go Blue Raiders.
We're getting late in the third quarter here, folks. So this building's name starts with student athlete, and it's an honor to introduce a student athlete who embodies the very spirit of Middle Tennessee State University. Abby Lee, a senior from Glasgow, Kentucky. Abby is not only a standout on the golf course, but also in the classroom and in the community. She recently captured the Kentucky Women's Open, firing a blistering 7 under 65 to surge from behind to win the title, the lowest round of the tournament. So if you need a good scramble partner, she's the one. And from the women's tees, Abby's excellence extends far beyond the fairways. She's a Conference USA All-Academic First-Team selection, a 4.0 GPA student in mechatronic engineering, recipient of the True Blue President's Award at this year's Raiders' Choice Awards, and serves as the president of MTSU's Student Athlete Advisory Committee. Her leadership, resilience, and passion for the game make her a shining example of what this new facility represents, the pursuit of greatness in every dimension. So please help me join me in welcoming one of MTSU's finest, Abby Lee.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Abby Lee, and I'm a fifth-year senior on the women's golf team here at MTSU. MTSU Athletics gave me the opportunity to be able to graduate with my degree in mechatronics engineering this past spring, and I am very fortunate to have the opportunity to come back for one more year as a medical redshirt to pursue my master's in business administration. Over the past 4 years, I have grown immensely as both a student and as an athlete, and I'm excited for what this final chapter holds. It is such an incredible honor to be here today at the ribbon cutting of the Stephen and Denise Smith Student Athlete Performance Center. This is not just a building, it's the realization of a dream that has been years in the making, and a testament to what can happen when a community comes together to invest in its future. When I first came to MTSU, I remember hearing about the planning for a facility just like this. It was something that athletes, coaches, and administrators had hoped for and talked about for years. To stand here today and see that vision become a reality is a moment that I know we will all remember. This center didn't happen overnight. It took countless hours of planning, unwavering commitment from our university leadership, and an incredible amount of generosity from donors who believed about what this would mean for generations of student athletes. To those donors, thank you. You have given us far more than just walls and equipment. You have given us a place where dreams can be chased, friendships will be built, and memories will be made. For athletes, a facility like this represents belief. It tells every student athlete who walks through its doors that someone believes in their potential and is willing to invest in their journey. It's a place where we will train, recover, and grow, not only as athletes, but as students and as people. Over the years, I have learned that success is never an individual accomplishment. It truly takes a village. It takes coaches who push us, teammates who support us, families who cheer us on, and donors who make opportunities like this possible. This building is a physical reminder of that support. More than that, it's a building that will shape the future of Blue Raider athletics. For years, we have been proud to dominate at the conference level, but projects like this are what take programs to the next stage. This center gives our athletes the tool to train and prepare like champions, and it further opens the door to compete and win at the national level. It allows MTSU to attract top recruits, develop elite talent, and create a new generation of championship athletes. To our donors, coaches, and administrators and staff, thank you for believing in the future of Blue Raider athletics. Your impact will not only be felt by the student athletes standing here today, but by those who will come long after us. To my fellow student athletes, this building is a gift. It comes with a huge responsibility to honor it every day by giving it our very best, and let it inspire you, push you, and remind you of the community that stands behind you and is pulling for your success. Today is more than a celebration of a new facility. It's a celebration of what it represents: growth, opportunity, and an unwavering belief in Blue Raider Nation. Thank you all for making this day possible and allowing me to share it with you. These have truly been the best 4 years of my life, and I couldn't be more grateful for the opportunity to live out my dream for one more season. Let's all stand together to build on the foundation that has been laid. Let's turn our biggest dreams into realities by putting in the work and representing MTSU with heart and pride. Let's continue to make Blue Raider Nation proud. Thank you. Go Blue Raiders.
Finally, it's an honor to introduce a coach whose energy, experience, and vision are help shaping a bold new era for Blue Raider football, Coach Derek Mason. Head coach at Middle Tennessee, a veteran of over 30 years of college coaching, Coach Mason brings a resume that spans the NFL, the SEC, the Pac-12, and now Conference USA. Since arriving in 2023, he's infused the program with a renewed sense of purpose, emphasizing fast, aggressive defense, academic excellence, and character-driven leadership. Today's ribbon cutting isn't just about bricks and mortar, it's about building a culture of excellence. And Coach Mason is at the heart of that transformation, and as Coach likes to say, from the class to the grass. So please join me in welcoming our exclamation point today and the 15th head coach of Blue Raider football, Coach Derek Mason.
Thank you. I'll work to be brief. Truthfully, right? I see a lot of alumni here, athletic alumni. This is a dream come true for you. It stands on your shoulders. So we're going to make sure that we do honor you. But I want to say good morning to the Blue Raider family. Today marks a milestone for MTSU and our student athletes. We officially opened the Stephen and Denise Smith Student Athletic Performance Center, an 85,000 square foot facility that is more than just a building. It is a symbol of belief, progress, and excellence. It is a bold investment that will drive the success of our student athletes. This facility didn't build itself. It started as a shared dream. MTSU came together to determine how to better equip our student athletes on and off the field. Today, that dream becomes a reality. This building is proof of what happens when vision and commitment meet action. It gives our student athletes a mission-driven home. It's a place where strength, recovery, and nutrition are of the utmost importance. It is a place where we will develop student athletes to win championships. To Steve and Denise Smith, your name represents more than support. It represents leadership. It is the launch of a movement. Thank you for entrusting our staff and student athletes to carry out that legacy. To our 450 plus Bill Blue donors, your generosity has raised over $22 million. Your commitment and investment will echo throughout every step taken in this facility. To our architects, construction folks, and design team, you brought this vision to life. We are forever grateful for your countless hours of hard work and the attention to detail that allows this building to change the course of MTSU athletics. To Dr. Sidney McPhee, Chris Massaro, and our Board of Trustees, thank you for making the dream a reality. We wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for your leadership and commitment to student athletes and their success. To our athletic department staff, my man Larry Maples, good to see you. You've invested endless time in the details of this building. Thank you for continuing to hunt for the work that was ever changing. Nathan Wallach, thank you for getting this project across the finish line and ensuring the transition was seamless and that the product is top of the line. Congratulations, we made it. To our student athletes, this is your new home. It was built to maximize your performance and allow you to become your best self. We believe in you. We see the potential, and now it's time to go get it. Thank you, and let's go blue. Let's get it.
All right, time to wrap this up. Is that worth a round of applause itself? Stir up a little air. As we bring this celebration to a close, let me offer a heartfelt thanks to everyone who made today and this incredible facility possible. From our generous donors and dedicated university leaders to the coaches, staff, and student athletes who will bring this space to life. Your contributions have built more than a building. You've built an opportunity, excellence, and a future we can all be proud of. Now, we invite you to move around to the main entrance on the other side of the building, over by Murphy Center, for the actual ribbon cutting, and then step inside to the air-conditioned Steve and Denise Smith Student Athlete Performance Center. You can explore the cutting-edge training spaces. Don't jump in the hydrotherapy pools just yet. Also, want to remind you there are commemorative coins for today, and they're around as you go inside the building. One per customer. This one's mine. So, for being part of this historic moment, go take a tour, enjoy the ribbon cutting, and also be loud, be proud, be blue. Thank you for being here today.
Welcome back to Out of the Blue. I'm Andrew Ottman. Assistant Athletics Director Nathan Wallach, a proud MTSU graduate, is the executive who is overseeing many of the improvements you'll see in Murphy Center and Floyd Stadium. He joins us to talk about how they will enhance our fan experience in both facilities. Nathan, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
We got a lot to talk about. First of all, I want to talk about how proud I am of all the great work that you've done. We are going to cover a lot of it in rapid fire order, but I've got to start with the latest wow, is that brand new control room, video control, super control room that is now on the concourse of Murphy Center, and it is fantastic. Talk about your vision for that project and what it's going to achieve.
The vision for the project was to kind of just update our control center and to get everything up to today's standards. We were operating on a room that was designed and built in 2007.
About the size of this desk.
Pretty much, it felt like it, you know. So it was time to finally make the jump and do it the right way. We wanted to keep doors open for students. We were having trouble getting students to come in and help us because the gear was just not what the industry standards were. So we reached out to Take One Film and Video out of Hendersonville, Tennessee. A lot of middle grads are employed there. They're a great AV integrator that we had a prior relationship with, and started the conversation of what can we do. So we got together and started working on the gear list. And Ross is kind of the industry standard right now for sports production. So that was our baseline. We pretty much have all Ross components. And then once we laid out all of our gear needs, we were trying to identify space. And that was a big issue. I mean, it took us weeks and weeks of looking at spaces. Who can we move? Who can we not move? What space might be available? And then I kind of got the idea and approached to Chris about using one of our concession stands. And it was kind of the right size footprint. So we went up there and we looked at it and started brainstorming some ideas and realized we just need to add a little bit of space and enclose it. And we also wanted it to be a recruiting tool for both our student athletes and potential students to the university. So we put some windows in there, and it's right there on the concourse for everybody to see.
What I love about what you did in this project is you've created this state-of-the-art environment for these students to learn how to do great work that's going to get them jobs. Walk me through also why you needed this high-powered mission control, because of some great additions that came around in Murphy Center and Floyd Stadium, right?
We were able to kind of hide our older equipment because we had older LED also. And when we started getting the funds, and we're able to upgrade the LED a lot sooner than the control room. Well, then it kind of became really obvious our gear was a little outdated and antiquated. So because of the great additions on video boards in both Murphy Center and Floyd Stadium in the last 2 years, we really needed the control room to be up to the standard also.
It's got to meet. It's got to meet, because you're talking these boards, Nathan, they're huge, right? I mean, they're huge. Not only are they tall, they're wide. And you've got the ability to do so many different things that we've never been able to do before. Before, you know, God love it, we had a great screen. It lasted us for a long time. I'm not trying to be disparaging about it, but now it's just night and day difference, right?
Having all LED really opens up the creative space for so many events. Not just on the sports side and the ad panels and the game stats and everything that we need, but now that we're looking at Murphy Center to be a concert venue again, and being able to do picture-in-picture stuff and side-by-sides and do multiple windows that are still big enough to be able to see all the content that you want, it really opens the door for anybody to come in and want to make their dreams a reality.
We could talk all day about Murphy Center, but we didn't even mention the new sound system, which debuted at commencement, which we're very excited about. But you've also got a project that is going to be coming to fruition at the end of this month at Floyd Stadium. Talk about the new Student Athlete Performance Center.
It's a $66 million, 85,000 square feet facility, 3 stories, that is going to house our entire football operations. It's going to have a brand new state-of-the-art weight room for all of our student athletes, which is about 3.5 times the size of what we were working with. Then football locker room and football equipment room kind of round out the first floor. Second floor is all football operations. All of our coaches' offices will be out there. Our team meeting rooms, our position meeting rooms, their support staff will be out there. And then the third floor is going to be a multi-purpose space for our teams to have meals in there, and then on game days to be a premium space for our fans. But it is going to completely rejuvenate our athletic department and alleviate some of the pressures of the Murphy Center, so that way other programs have the ability to grow in there.
Before we go, I want you to tell folks about your story, because we talked about before the show started that you graduated from MTSU, and a guy named Kermit Davis gave you an opportunity, and here you are now, assistant athletics director with this huge portfolio. How did you ever see that day coming when you walked on the campus?
I did not. I've got to give a lot of praise to both Coach Davis and Dr. Jubenville for getting me into the athletic space. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do after my undergrad, and I met Dr. Jubenville through a roommate in college, and he said, well, what about going to grad school? He got me in the program, and he's like, let me introduce you to Coach Davis. I got to sit down with Coach Davis and kind of explain my background in video and production, and that I wanted to be in operations. I thought, that's kind of how my mind worked. And he had just hired a new director of basketball operations that wasn't much of a video guy. So he's like, you come in and teach him video, and he can show you operations, and we'll figure out what happens there. So again, kind of taking advantage of opportunities that were presented to me as a student here, and working hard and everything, and it morphed into athletic communications internship after grad school, and then I was fortunate enough that they created a full-time position for me within that office. I've seen a lot of incredible victories here with women's basketball and football and baseball, and a lot of really fun, amazing things, and it just kind of naturally progressed. It was kind of time to transition to the next level, and got a great opportunity to get on the operations side under Daryl Simpson, and started doing game ops and everything, and then just kind of has progressed ever since. A lot of doors were open for me because I was a student, and I see the power and the potential of somebody just opening a door.
Well, go blue.
Go blue.
All right, everybody looking.
Frame here.
Everybody start out, look right here. Smiling.
Counting down from 3, 2, 1.